Mute everyone. Good evening to everyone. So today we are going to learn something very important. Okay, I want all your full attention. Okay, here. Okay, so we are going to learn about these three words. Okay, first one is control. Okay, second thing is support, and third thing would be attack. So we are going to learn about these three first, and then we would be learning about king. How does the king move? How the king will not move? Okay, so those things we would be learning. Okay, so first so this is a piece. Okay, this is a rook, and the rook goes this way, sideways. So this is how it goes. So wherever this rook goes, if there are empty squares, okay, this rook is controlling those squares. Okay, I will repeat again. The path of this rook, okay, wherever it can legally move, those squares it control. Okay, this black rook which is on e4 is controlling these squares. Okay, that is the concept of control. control, control. Okay, same with the bishop. A bishop moves diagonally, right? So it controls this entire diagonal. These are all empty squares, right? So it controls these squares. Okay, same with the queen. So the queen controls these squares from being on e5, and then this diagonal here. So this is the concept of control. So a piece controls the empty squares on its way. Okay, now let's learn about attacking and securing. Okay, so you can also say attacking, supporting. Okay, so there is a piece here, and then there is an opponent's piece here. Okay, so now in this position we can say this rook, okay, if we are black, this rook is attacking this bishop. Okay, so the moment it goes and takes this, then we call it capture. Okay, but say for example, if this is white to play, the white has to make the move, then he can escape away from the rook's attack. Okay, so that is why we use the word attack. Okay, so this is an attack. The rook is attacking the bishop. Okay, so please be on mute, this is very important. Okay, just listen to me. So we can say this rook is attacking the knight. Okay, say for example, if this is the position, and if you are telling from the white's point of view, white rook is attacking the queen, white bishop is also attacking the queen. Okay, this is the concept of attack. Now if you are telling from black's point of view, black queen is attacking the white rook. Okay, black queen is also attacking the white bishop because it is on queen's path. The queen can travel this way. Queen can also travel this way. So I hope you got clear with the attack. Got clear with what is control. Okay. So empty squares on its way. The piece controls it. Okay. If there is an opponent's piece, it attacks. Okay. But if there is an own piece on its way, okay, say for example this is the position, and then here is the knight, black knight, this is the black queen, and if we were playing black, these two are our own pieces, like own color, right? So this is black queen and its own piece, own teammate, like, okay, so it supports its own piece on the way, it attacks the opponent, and it controls the empty square. So these are the three words you got to remember. Okay, this square also. So these squares it attacks, this square also, the queen. Okay, so the rook, queen attacks the rook, it controls all the empty squares on its way, and it supports the knight. Okay, so now I will give you some exercises. So I will point you out, I'll call your name and you can tell me the answer. Okay,
Evening, ma'am.
good evening, please be on mute. I hope everyone was there listening, right? So make sure you don't join late so that you don't miss anything. From here on we are going to learn something new and important. Okay, so be sure you all are on time. Okay, so we will start with Aditya. Okay, so what is the black queen doing, Aditya? So these are the three words: control,
Control,
attack,
attack,
support.
support.
Okay, what is the black queen doing?
The black queen is attacking the knight.
Very good. So it is attacking the knight. Very good. Okay, so be on mute. Next, Janvi, can you tell me which squares in F file? So you only take F file, okay? Which are the squares in F file this queen is controlling?
Okay.
So we learned queen controls all the empty squares on its path. Not only queen, every piece, right? Start naming.
Control.
So now that you know what is F file, only look at the F file. So which are the squares this queen is controlling?
Control. Control.
Very easy. What are the empty squares in queen's path? In F file. Okay, you stay on mute. I will ask you the next question. Okay, Pranjal, can you answer my question?
Okay.
Just take F file. What are the empty squares on queen's path that it is controlling?
I didn't understand the question.
Okay, stay on mute. Sai Charan, can you answer this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell the answer.
Which files it is controlling?
So you have to first find where the F file is.
In light fire.
That's okay. There are so many light squares. There are so many dark squares. 32 of them. Be specific. Sorry.
F3.
Okay, F3. Okay, the queen is controlling F3. Then,
F4.
okay. Then,
F5.
hmm,
F6. F7.
very good. So in F file, if you have to only take F file, these are the squares the queen is controlling, because these squares are, see, all these squares, they are on the way where the queen can travel, right? The queen can go this way, right? So these are the empty squares on its way. So the queen controls the empty squares on its way. Okay, good. Be on mute. Now, Ritul, can you answer? In 8th rank, which are the squares the queen is controlling? Hmm?
Rank 8.
You have to take the 8th rank.
A.
A8.
B.
Hmm.
C.
Hmm. So you can say
D.
full 8th rank. Yeah. So full 8th rank it is controlling. Okay. So queen can travel all these squares and these squares are empty. So if there is an empty square where the piece can like move, okay. So we say that the piece is controlling those squares. Okay. But in its way, on its path, if there is an opponent's piece, it will attack. Okay, on its path, if there is its own piece, then it will support. So if it is an empty square in its way, it will control. If there is an opponent's piece in its way, it attacks. If there is own piece in its way, then it support that piece. Okay, like how you support your team member, right? Like that piece will support the other piece which is of its own team. Okay, so that is how you have to understand. Okay, so Pranamya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now tell me, this queen is supporting which piece?
Then Bishop.
Very good. The bishop is on.
7.
So from now you can tell it is supporting bishop f7. The bishop on f7, it is supporting. Very good. Ritul, now tell me, this queen, is it controlling this square right now? Queen is here. Is it controlling e2? Yes or no?
No.
Why no?
This. This E2.
Okay, not because it is e2, because it is not on its way. See, that square is not on the queen's way, right? This is the way. Okay, so this square is not on its way, so it cannot control that square. It can only control the squares which is on its way. Okay, okay, be on mute. Now, Janvi, are you there? You tell me which piece this queen is attacking.
Mm. Seven. Wait. 7.
No, the question is the queen is attacking which piece from here?
It's attacking.
I think you got to be little closer to mic.
Huh?
Come closer to mic and try to answer.
Okay.
So it will only attack the opponent's piece. So which is opponent's piece here?
7F.
F7 is its own piece. So this is black queen. This is also black. So it supports this piece. So these two are teammates. Okay. So they
Okay.
support each other.
Okay.
But here the bishop is not supporting the queen because queen is not on its way. Okay, queen is
B5.
not on its way. Yeah,
B5.
B5. So the rook on B5 is opponent's piece. So it is attacking. Okay, be on mute. So the difference here is, see, now if it is white to play, this rook can escape the attack. Okay, but if it is black's turn to play, right? In chess game, what do? So white makes a move, then black will make the other move, right? So black will reply, and then white will make the other move, then black. So it goes alternatively. So first turn white will do, then black will make a move. Then white should play, then black should play. So if it is black's turn to play, it can go and take this. So that is called capture. The difference between attackers, say for example, the queen is here and then it is going here. Okay, so this is the position. Now black has to play. Black is making this move. Now we will say the queen is attacking this piece. Okay, and then white can escape or he can decide what to move. Okay, but if it is black's turn to play now in this position, then it will go and capture. Capture means actually taking that piece and putting away from the chessboard. Attacking means it is just giving a threat. Okay, it is just telling, okay, next move I will capture you. That is attack. If you are not cautious, if you don't save yourself, I will capture you in the next move. That is called attack. But actually taking that piece and removing it away from the board is capture. So that is the difference between attack and capture. Okay, so supporting means, so queen is here and I'm taking it here, means this queen is giving support to this bishop. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, we will do more exercises in future classes on these three words. Okay, so now we are going to learn about king. How does a king move? Okay, so everyone listen to me carefully. So this is a king, and this king can move only one step. Okay, so it can move one step forward, one step backward, one step this side, one step this side, one step this diagonal, one step this diagonal, one step here in this diagonal, one step, but only one step. King can move only one step in one move. Okay, we will do a small exercise. First I will do, then I will ask you questions. Okay, so king is here. King is on d4 and I want to take this king to f6, which means this would be my first move. This would be my second move. Okay, so this is our king move. So this is the easy way to reach there. Okay, so you can also go like this or like this, one step you can, but to reach here in two steps, which is very easy to do, 1 2, because the king can travel one step diagonal, right? So it is going here and here. Okay, so now the king is here. I want to take this king to e1. Okay, so Aditya, can you answer this? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so take the king from here to e1. King can only move one step in one move. Okay, start.
One step, and
So, okay, one step, you point the name. Now that you know to name a square,
now
answer by naming the square.
it will come D3.
Okay, D3, then
E2,
then
D1.
you want to go to D1 or you can directly go to E1.
Okay, ma'am.
So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But wherein you can go 1, 2, 3. In the third move, you can be here. So we will not waste one move. So there is no need for D1. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
1, 2, 3. So if we can reach somewhere in 3 steps, we don't need to take 4 steps, right? So that is up. Okay, very good. So Pranamya, now you answer. The king is here in D4 and I want to take this king to E7. King will move only one step, Pranamya. So use one step.
Go to A5.
A5, A for apple. Here, it won't jump from here to here. It can only move one step. It cannot jump here. So it cannot go there. How else will it go?
One step, two steps.
No 2 steps. One step, one step, one step, one step only.
One step.
What is the one step from here? Which square? One square, one square, one square. Like that only it can travel. Name the square. You have to reach here. Then where will you go first? Okay, you be on mute and listen. Now Sai Charan will answer.
You need to go to in one step.
Okay, what is
D5.
that one step? D5.
D5.
Very good. Then
D6 and go cross to E7.
E7. Very good. So you can also go this way. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now, Janvi, can you tell? So the king is here. I want to take this king to G2. How does it move?
Go to D3.
Okay, I'll go to E3, then
D3.
and then to
Go to
your voice is so feeble. I couldn't hear anything. So I could hear E3, but I couldn't hear the next move. Can you check your mic? Or I think you have to come a little closer to the mic. Okay, what is the next move?
F3.
Okay, F3. Now can you go to G2?
Yes.
Very good, super. So you can go like this. A king can go like that. Okay. Okay, very good. Be on mute. So now we are going to learn one thing. Okay, very important rule. And I want every one of you to repeat that. I will point your name, then you can, I will say your name, then you can repeat after me. Okay. We'll start with the Pranjal. Pranjal, repeat after me. Okay. King will not go to the square
go to the square
which is
which is
controlled
controlled
by the opponent.
by the opponent.
Others, listen carefully. Can you repeat again with me? King
King
will not
will not
go to a square
go to a square
which is controlled
which is controlled
by the opponent.
by the opponent.
Now, Aditya, repeat after me. Others, be on mute. King
King
will not
will not
go to the square
go to the square
which is
which is
controlled
controlled
by the opponent.
by the opponent.
Okay, Janvi, can you repeat after me? King
King
will not
will not
go to the square
go to the square
which is
which is
controlled by the opponent.
controlled by the opponent.
Very good. Now, Pranamya, repeat after me. King
King
will not
will not
go to the square
go to the square
which is
which is
controlled by the opponent.
controlled by the opponent.
Ritul, King
King
will not
will not
go to the square
go to the square
which is
which is
controlled by the opponent.
controlled by the opponent.
Sai Charan, repeat now. King
King
will not
will not
go to the square
go to the square
which is
which is
controlled by the opponent.
controlled by the opponent.
So this is a very important rule. Okay, so I will show you how it works in chessboard. Okay, so this is the king. Okay, now he can go to these squares, but if there is a rook here, okay, this is opponent's rook, and this rook can go this way, right? It can go in this E file, and it can also go in the first rank. So that is how we learned, right? So which means these are the empty squares on the rook's path, on the rook's way. Okay, so these are the empty squares, right? So now let's look from the king. Okay, he can generally move to these squares, but these three squares are controlled by the opponent's rook. This rook is controlling 1, 2, and 3. This square, these three squares. Okay, so now the king is restricted. Okay, now the king can only move here. It cannot go here. It is against the rules to go to these squares. Okay, what will happen if the king goes here? Rook will not come and capture, but in tournaments they will say this is an illegal move. If we make 2 illegal moves, we will lose the game. Okay, even if we are in a position to win the game, we will lose if we make 2 illegal moves in tournaments. Okay, so the first important point, king will not go to these squares because it is controlled by the opponent's piece, right? So now it can only go to these safe squares. Okay, I'll show you one more example. This is a bishop and this is the king. Okay, so here is the opponent and it controls here because these are the empty squares, right? So this bishop controls these squares. Okay, now this king cannot go to this square. he cannot go here, but he can go here. He can go here, 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 here. So the king's way or the king's squares are restricted here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. So 7 and 8 is not possible because the bishop is controlling. So that is why we learned the word control. Okay. And one more thing. So how does a king control? King moves one step. King controls all these one step around him. Okay. But if there is an enemy piece here, now he can only control these squares. He cannot control here. Okay, because he cannot move here. Usually he can move here if it is safe, but now it is not safe because the opponent is controlling here. So when the opponent is controlling here, these three squares are not safe. He will not move here. Okay, now his control is limited to only these squares. Okay, so now what about two kings? Okay, always remember this. There will not be any position like this in chessboard. This is wrong. This is entirely wrong. Okay, because this king is controlling all these squares. So the enemy, the opponent cannot come here. Okay, so the white king is controlling these squares. And remember the rule, the king cannot come to a square which is controlled by the opponent. So this king cannot come here because it is controlled by the opponent. Okay, and let's look at the black. So black king is controlling these squares. Okay, now the white king cannot go to this square because it is controlled by the enemy. So kings will be at least one square apart. They will never be together because of this rule. Okay, they will be never next to each other. So that is that position would be entirely wrong and illegal in the chessboard. Okay, legal means according to the rules. Illegal means against the rules or not according to the rules. Okay, so that is the reason king will never be like this. So this position is wrong. Okay, at least they will be like this, one step apart. Okay, so this is the very important rule. Okay, so let's repeat it again. Okay, before that I want to tell one more thing, then we will do some exercise, then we will repeat. Okay, so king can also capture one step. Okay, but with a condition. Okay, so if there is a piece here, he can go and capture and he is safe. Okay, but there is a piece here and then there is a piece here like this. This bishop is supporting here. This bishop is supporting here. The moment he takes the pawn, he will come under enemy's control. Okay, bishop goes diagonally, right? So he cannot take this pawn. So king can only capture a piece if it is not having any support. So now I hope you know what is the difference between supported piece and a non-supported piece. Okay, so this has a support from its teammate. So the king cannot go and capture it. But if it is not having any support, if it is alone without any support, then king can go and capture it. It is safe to capture. Any doubts? Any doubt regarding this? Whatever we learned today?
No.
No? Okay, can we once repeat how does a king, I mean, what is the important rule here with respect to king? Everyone repeat once, then we will do very small exercise, then we will end the class. Okay, so Pranjal, can you remember and tell me what was the rule?
That king can't go into any other piece is controlled.
Yeah, so when the opponent is controlling, it cannot go to that square. Very good. Aditya, can you try telling that rule? You can try. If not, I will help you. So where king will not go? Which square? Wherever the controlling to those squares, this king cannot go. Our king cannot go. Okay, same with the opponent. If our pieces are controlling, he cannot come to those squares. Okay, so repeat after me, Aditya. King
King
will not go to the square
will not go to the square
which is controlled
which is controlled
by the opponent.
by the opponent.
Okay, so Janvi, can you try that sentence?
I don't understand the sentence.
Okay, so king
King
will not go to a square
will not go to the square
which is controlled
which is controlled
by the opponent.
by the opponent.
I'll explain here. So this is the king. Okay, generally it will move to these squares. A king can move one step in all directions. Okay, one step up, one step down, one step sideways, one step diagonal. But when there is no one here interrupting, when there is no opponent, he can move to all these squares. But whenever there is an opponent's piece controlling these squares, control means the way of the rook, the path of the rook. So rook's path is this. Okay, the king cannot go into the opponent's rook's path. Is it clear now? It cannot move to the opponent's king's path because here there are attacks. See, the rook can attack any piece here, right? King cannot put himself under attack. So this is what it means.
Okay, I understand.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll give you an exercise. So we have learned bishop, right? Can this king go to this square? Yes or no? Tell Janvi.
Yes.
Check fully and tell me if it is safe to go there. Is it legal to go there?
Actually, no.
Yeah, actually, no, it should not go. It should never go here because the bishop has a control over here. Okay, so the rule says king cannot move to this square because the opponent is controlling here. Okay, since the opponent is controlling here, it cannot go here. Can it go here, Janvi?
Yeah.
I mean, before telling, you apply the rule, find it, and then tell me. So who is controlling this square?
Bishop.
Yeah, bishop. Black bishop is controlling. This is white. Okay, white's opponent is black, and black is controlling here. Now the enemy or the opponent is controlling here. Can you put your king here? No, you cannot put your king here. But you can go here. This is safe. This is safe. This is safe. This is safe. This. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these two squares, this king, which generally can move, now it cannot move because there is an attack here. Because it is controlled by the enemy. Okay, it is controlled by the opponent. So it cannot go to these two squares. Okay, that is what the rule is. Okay,
Okay.
now you be on mute. Now Pranamya, can the king jump over here? Yes or no?
No.
No, very good. So king will not jump over any piece, okay? But there is an exception that we will study later, okay? Right now, for now, you understand the king cannot jump like this, okay? Now, Ritul, so we were learning about supporting, right? Supporting the own piece or the teammate. Like, which piece is this king supporting? Hmm? Can you hear me? Ritul, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Which piece is this king supporting?
Rook. White rook.
Yes, the king is supporting the rook because it is on its path. King can do one step and on its way, the rook is there. Okay, this is white king, white rook. So it supports. Okay. Sai Charan, can this king capture this knight? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, is it safe to capture? Is someone supporting the knight?
No.
Does this? No one is supporting the knight, so he can go and capture it. It is safe. Okay, so now Pranjal, can you answer this? Now this is the position. Okay, now can the king go and capture the knight?
No.
Why no?
Because the bishop is controlling.
Yes, so the bishop is supporting the knight. The moment the king goes here, it goes under the attack, okay, which it cannot do. Okay, so since the piece is supported, he cannot capture this. The king cannot capture the knight. Okay, so I will send you the recording of these rules, okay, today, and most probably try to repeat that at least 5 times, maximum 10 times, or how much ever time you want to repeat, you can repeat those rules. Okay, it would be helpful for you in the future, like when you go to higher levels, right? You should not forget these rules. So I will send that recording. You send it to me back, but don't post it in the group. You send it to me to my number, okay, to my WhatsApp chat. You send it, and homework I will give it on Tuesday or Wednesday, okay, so that you can remember whatever you learned today, and then you can do that. So can we end the class today? By any doubt, anything to
No,
say?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
just stay on, stay. Everyone stay. Pranjal wants to tell something, right? You tell that to everyone, Pranjal, like whatever you sent to me yesterday. Others be on mute.
Okay.
Be
Oh,
little louder. I could hear you clearly.
I don't remember.
So about jumping pieces, you were telling an example, right?
Yeah. So pieces can't jump over each other because I don't remember.
Okay, she wanted to say yesterday. She wanted to say pieces will not jump over other piece because in real life we cannot jump anyone, right? If I'm
Oh yeah.
standing and you are standing, you cannot jump over me and cross me, right? So that is the reason she was giving yesterday. Okay, chalo, we'll end the class. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye, ma'am.